The Sound of Silence has an interesting backstory to it. Apparently, Paul Simon was feeling a little disillusioned with the world, and he was at his parents' house, and he went into the bathroom, turned off the lights to focus, and came up with this riff. Now that guitar part was played on an acoustic with a capo on the 6th fret. Now I break down that part step by step on my channel, but apparently the story goes is that song was released on the album Wednesday Morning 3 a.m. and it didn't get a lot of traction until the producer Tom Wilson did a remix where he went back and he added an electric guitar and a rhythm section just to kind of pick up the tune a little bit. They re-released this version and it quickly climbed the charts and hit the Billboard Hot 100 in January 1966. In this video, I want to show you the electric guitar part that goes on top, and it's brilliant. Here's what it sounds like. Hello, darkness, my old friend. So it starts out in the second bar, the acoustic goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then the guitar comes in and doubles that. And I'm just playing the 8th fret on the 3rd string and then the 6th fret on the 1st and 2nd strings. So you get this little pattern. Okay, that's strings 3, 1, 2, 1. Then you go down to a D flat chord, hello darkness, my old friend. But what's genius about this is you get this little moving melodies in the chords. So this adds tension between what Paul Simon is playing and then what this electric guitar part is playing. So there I'm just alternating between a D flat add 9 and a D flat triad. Then again, the acoustic goes back up. They're playing A minor with a capo, and the guitar goes. See that little moving melody in there, and it causes tension because, you know, you have basically Paul Simon playing A minor, and then this getting that half step there. So you end up kind of having this sound like a nice, let's see how it is here, like this. Nice cluster sound of just close notes. So there you go. Then you go to what looks like a D chord here. It's actually a G flat though. And then you quickly go to B and then back to G flat. Now this looks like a little D shape here, and then here's some more movement. You go. Right, so that's a G flat to a G flat sus, okay? So that gets that little 1 and 2. See that there? Then stay there, 1 and 2, and back up to B, 3 and 4, and then back to G flat with that little lick. Okay, so let me back up. Here is the first half. Again, the acoustic starts here. And the guitar comes in. Hello, darkness, my old friend. B, G flat. Okay, then we go to a B chord here. And then we get more sus suspended chords. We're gonna go. Love that there. So here's the move. So you're on this little triad, which is like a B chord, like this. And you're playing the 8th fret on the 3rd string, then 7 on the 1st string, 7 on the 2nd string, back to the 1st string. Then you bring that 8 up to 9, then play the 1st string, then bring it back to 8, and then play the 1st string. So here's the pattern. I'm trying to let these all ring over. Okay, then again. Then you copy paste the same thing down to the 2nd position. This is like a G flat, and you play the same part. Then here you go to E flat minor. That's strings 3, 1, 2, 1 for the pattern there. So now all of these little triads, is what they're called, little 3-string chords or 3-note chords, come out of bigger parent shapes that can map out the entire fretboard. And if you haven't learned a system for this, I want to show you an easy way to map out the entire fretboard so you can create your own guitar parts like this. Just go to johnmclennan.com/fretboard guide, and you can download my fretboard guide, and you'll see these exact shapes that we're talking about here in this song. You can see how they connect together, the chords and the scales, so you can map this stuff out on the fretboard. That's going to be one of the most useful things you can do, especially if you want to create your own guitar parts like this. So here it is on B, and then that same move on G flat. Okay, so backing up, here's the 2nd half. This is on the words, and a vision was planted in my brain. E flat, minor. Then you go back to G flat. We've got a 2/4 bar. If you watch the acoustic lesson on this, you'll remember those 2/4 bars. 1 and 2 and. Then you go to D flat, this chord here, and we're gonna again have a little moving melody. We'll start on the D flat, then go to D flat, add 9, and go back. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we finish back up on this E flat minor with a little walking melody. Again, those nice little half step, right? That just sounds so good, especially against the A minor that Paul Simon's playing. So it's just, again, a lot of, when he added this guitar part, it created like new movement in the song, and a lot of that is exactly what I'm talking about, this kind of stuff, right? It's just like moving melodies in chords and almost getting like a classical sound to it, where you have these inner melodies just doing these brilliant little moves. So backing up, here's the 2nd half from the B chord. 3, 4. And whenever I played this song, you know, just with one part, I always thought, oh, there's something missing to it. And what it is the interplay of both of these parts working together. So now I'm going to put them together. You can hear the whole thing from the top. And I've got just, again, Paul Simon's part played into a looper. And then here's the electric on top. Here we go. Hello, darkness, my old friend. So there you have it, the iconic electric guitar part to Sound of Silence as recorded by Simon and Garfunkel. Give it a try, and if you want to learn to play your own guitar parts like this anywhere on the fretboard, then grab my free fretboard guide, and that way you don't have to keep spinning your wheels with understanding the neck. Just go to johnmcclennan.com/fretboard guide and grab that as my gift to you. As always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I think you'll really like this one next.